Okay, hi everyone. I'd like to talk to you today about weeds, and not the funny type of weed, I'm sorry. Actually, what I mean is this. When a farmer sees this on their land, they're not laughing at all, trust me. What the farmer really likes is this, nice, clean rows of crops. And by the way, it's exactly the same field, and it was my field a few years ago. So trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Of course, farmers know how to tackle weeds. Some of them use herbicides, and you often see this sign on the packaging. That's because it is dangerous for your health. Others use plowing or tilling, and all these dirt clouds, they are not only dust from soil being crushed and blown away, it's also fuel exhausts. And that tells you how good it is for soil and environment. And some farmers still use this, which is what it looks like. Hard, monotonous, low-paid work, often dangerous for your health. Guess how many people want to do that for a living? So are there new ways? Yes, there are. It's called robotic or smart weeders. Problem is, most of them want to burn plants, either via lasers or via electric shocks or even gas burners. And most of them still use these big, heavy machines costing a lot of money. And unfortunately, what we see more and more often, the type of farmland is this, dried vegetation, even in springtime, and hard, dried soils. It's called climate change effect. So we believe this is the right weeding solution. A small, compact, lightweight robot, easy to handle and low cost. It can weed even in hard and rocky soils using a focused energy beam, which is safe, scalable, and no fire hazard at all. Weeds wither and die within a few days of treatment. So if I get your attention, let's have a chat afterwards. I can tell you more about it. Thank you. And my question for the panel would be a bit like Marcella's, slightly different. We're based in Bulgaria. So we focus naturally on Southern Europe as a beachhead market because we believe there is a huge untapped potential there, and we want to grab it as a first mover advantage, and our technology, as you saw, is really well suited for the challenges there. Now we talk to some investors who say they're Europe-wide, and we get a question, why don't you start from my home country? Netherlands, for example. So how do we solve this dilemma? Any advice would be really helpful.
Okay, maybe I start. If you're convinced that Bulgaria is the right place to start, what's wrong about it? I mean, you start with one market and you will not stay in Bulgaria. You will expand, you will scale up. So what's wrong with Bulgaria? If you see a lot of value added in your country, then think about how to explain that to your investors, because you are also in competition with many other companies. I have seen so many robots for weeding, but I haven't seen any breakthrough yet, and there's a reason for that. So maybe you have the right idea to generate this breakthrough, and instead of wondering how should we defend ourselves, explain them why you are in Bulgaria and why are you doing it the way you are doing it today. And the future will be different.
I agree, and I think then to go to another market, probably you should look for the strategic partnerships or all strategic investors who will help you there, or corporates or other parties. And usually probably investors ask because they have support also to invest alongside with the investment. So I think I agree with Wolfgang. You know your business the best, and of course you have to build your ecosystem and knowledge with other advisors, but think it strategically as well.
I see we have a question.
Yeah. Hi there. Thank you for your short presentation. I'm Victor from Epic. I was just wondering, because you showed how weeding robots other from competitors use lasers to actually get rid of the weeds. And I think I missed, what is your technology for actually getting rid of the weeds? You mentioned that you use AI to recognize them, to predict what is weed and what is not weed, but how do you actually get rid of the weeds?
Yeah. Well, as I mentioned, it's a focused energy beam, which is not a laser, and it doesn't burn the weeds. It disturbs the vital processes, and they wither and die within 3 to 5 days of treatment maximum on the spot.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Maybe you have a video somewhere, Rosen, that we...
Not here. I haven't prepared, and I only got 2 minutes. So.
In the brochure, you have a QR code, and you can scan it, and you can see a more detailed pitch deck of all these startups. So I nudge you to check these QR codes and all the decks there.
Okay.
All right, we still have some time. Do you have more questions online or in person?
I can comment.
Yeah, please.
Like, I think what stood out for me, like in your challenge, was that perhaps you're looking for the investors with the wrong mandate as well. Sometimes can happen, right? In the sense of sometimes investors cannot just invest in every country. They have a mandate for specific regions. So why don't you build up a network in the places where you believe you should really start from? And I'm not saying it's easy because, of course, there are language barriers and other potential mandates that are behind the investors there. But it's a starting point, and it will take a bit of an initial effort. But perhaps it's the easier way if you're convinced about a country specific.
Yeah, great. Actually, next week I'm in Greece, and the week after in Malaga. So we're doing it already.
But
Great.
Rosen, did I get it wrong that you want to explore Europe, but investors are asking you why not Bulgaria, right?
No, investors asking why not my country.
Yeah.
And explaining this is where the market potential is right now for our technology. We want to grab that and not invest all over the place.
Yeah. Okay.